Hey, thanks for joining me today. You're listening to the Sit Down with Roman Gray. I found this quote that rings true more and more as time passes. It's so funny how so much of finding yourself in adulthood is simply getting back to who you were and what you loved as a child. We spend so much of our adolescence craving to grow up and become adults. And then once we become adults, all we want is to be kids again. When I was younger, I wish I really knew the weight of the saying, "Don't grow up, it's a trap." Probably one of the truest statements I have ever heard. The art of living can feel more like a sloppy mess of a painting more than anything. Rather than an art form, I would say living is more like a dance or a balance we all have to figure out. A duet between where we are now, who we were, and who we want to be. Because life isn't delicate and isn't lived in small strokes within a canvas. While dancing and balance are about figuring out rhythm and how to move with another soul, how to move with time. You can show up and stand out or be close and be intimate. You can be ballsy and go for it or be thoughtful and methodic. Instead of art, life is that duet between where our last two steps were, where our hands and hips lay, and where our heart, feet, and soul want to go. So life, and therefore the act of living, is not art. It's much more beautiful. It's a duet. What's living without self-expression and people anyway? What's living without independence and love? It feels like we all wish there was some perfect system that would be the key to our life. We just want to be told answers to make things easier. But that would be really boring. The best part of life is the chance and opportunity to figure things out. Because that gives us the opportunity to explore and develop our own sense of things in the world. Life is truly something beautiful. The chance to be alive and feel things. To have ideas and know what it's like to hold someone else. We as a society try so hard to schedule our lives. Fill it to the brim with routines and schedules. We try to systematize our entire life. What room does that leave to actually experience the human condition? Our morning routines and rituals are not a personality trait. I don't know when we turn to try to become these so-called productivity gods, but it's kind of sad. All this does is remove us from ourselves as individuals. It's like we're slowly trying to turn ourselves into robots. And what do robots do? Absolutely nothing else but follow orders and perform actions that were programmed into them in order to follow systems. I think that's why I'm so infatuated with life, so in love with the human experience. It's the pursuit of life. I think that's where people get it wrong and then feel empty. They chase other things and try to attain certain accolades. The art and beauty is in the pursuit of life itself. We keep talking about speeding things up and creating more systems. How about we slow down and take in the details of what it means to be alive? For instance, some of my favorite things are dipping my toes in warm sand, listening to beautiful classical music on a sunny day, and the way the sun kisses and hugs my skin. When was the last time you took a moment to appreciate the way it feels to hold someone you love? When was the last time you let yourself just be and give time to the things that sweep you off your feet and fill your soul? There is no art in creating systems or filling our days with routines to make ourselves feel productive, all just to make ourselves feel better about not acknowledging our deeper and scarier versions of ourselves. We need to prioritize fulfillment and our own desires. Give a helping hand to our own human potential. Of course, we're gonna feel empty and hollow if all we do is give our time and energy to people and corporations that do absolutely nothing for the discovery of the human spirit. If you're looking for one singular answer, then that answer is selfishness. I want you to be selfish. Be selfish with your self-love. Be selfish with your own development as a person and the time you have. Self-improvement doesn't happen by accident. And nobody is going to be selfish for you and put you first the way you do for yourself. If you let them, everybody will use you up and leave you with nothing left for yourself. We don't owe anybody anything, but we owe ourselves everything. We owe it to ourselves to be better, to know more, have more compassion, and love ourselves. The not so little secret is to be selfish. Life gets a lot more beautiful when you prioritize your own growth. Be selfish in order to be a better person. And life is not art. Life is a duet.